Kindly subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. Thank you.
Hello students, this is Ashish, your subject teacher, and today we shall study the last part of the story One Summer Night. First, I will read the passage for your convenience, then I will explain it, as I usually do. Two of them were young students from a medical college a few miles away. The third was a gigantic man known as Jess. For many years, Jess had been employed at the cemetery as a man of all work, and it was his favorite pleasantry that he knew every soul in the place. Outside the wall, farthest from the public road, was a horse and a light wagon waiting. The work of excavation was not difficult. The earth with which the grave had been loosely filled a few hours before offered little resistance and was soon thrown out. Removal of the casket from its grave was less easy, but it was taken out, for it was a perquisite of Chess. He carefully unscrewed the cover and laid it aside, exposing the body in black trousers and white shirt. At that instant, a cracking shock of thunder shook the stunned world, and Henry Armstrong tranquilly sat up. With inarticulate cries, the two students fled in terror. Nothing on earth could have persuaded the two to return, but Jess was of another breed. There were three persons in the cemetery at that night, in which two were the young students of a medical college, and the third person was a worker of the cemetery who had been working all kind of work in the cemetery for many years. The students had hired him for their work. The students had also brought a light wagon to carry the dead body that was standing on a public road which was at the some distance from the cemetery. The work of excavation was easy. Excavation means to take out something from the earth. As dead body was buried few hours before, that's why the earth was loose over the casket. It made the removal of casket very easy, and it was taken out by the Jess. Jess carefully opened the casket. Suddenly, with a loud and cracking shock of thunder, Henry Armstrong tranquilly sat up. To see the dead man rise, the two medical students were very afraid and they fled in terror. But Jess was there. He didn't go anywhere. It shows that he was very brave and was of another kind. In the grey of the morning, the two students, pallid and haggard from anxiety and with the terror of their adventure still beating tumultuously in their blood, met at the medical college. "You saw it?" cried one. "God, yes. What are we to do?" They went around to the rear of the building, where they saw a horse and wagon hitched to a gate post near the door of the dissecting room. Mechanically, they entered the room. On a bench in the semi-darkness sat Jess. He rose grinning, all eyes and teeth. "I'm waiting for my pay," he said. Stretched on a long table lay the body of Henry Armstrong, the head defiled with blood and clay from a blow with a spade. Next morning, the students met at college. They were pale and tired with anxiety, and the terror of their adventure was still flowing through their blood. The first cried and said to another, "You saw it, what happened yesterday?" And the another replied, "Oh God, yes, it was really dangerous, but what we have to do now?" They went to the back of the building where they saw a horse and wagon near the dissecting room. They entered the room. They saw Jess was sitting there on a bench and waiting for them to pay him for his work. Jess stretched the table to show them the dead body of Henry Armstrong. The head was filled with blood and the clay. It happened because as Henry Armstrong sat up and came in consciousness, Jess hit them with the spade. Hope you may have understood the chapter. It was only explanation. Assignments and worksheets can be downloaded from the app. Thank you.